Right, so the next section is Schools of Philosophy and their influence on education. It starts on page 80 on 83 and goes through page 85. We're going to talk about the four well-known schools of thought. That those are idealism, realism, pragmatism, and existentialism. So we're going to start with idealism, and as you can see by the notes, there is a lot to say and a lot more we could say that's not even, you could go on and on with the philosophies. I just want you to get the basic understanding. So idealism's roots are found in the writings of Plato. It is a school of philosophy that holds that ideas or concepts are the essence of all that is worth knowing. So everything that idealists do is centered around that idea. The physical world we know through our senses is only a manifestation or imperfect representation of the spiritual world. Idealists contend that the rational mind has the ability to reason its way to the underlying ideas that support that physical world. Ideas. Idealists search and value universal or absolute truths or ideas that remain constant throughout the centuries. So whatever has been successful, that is what they will continue to want to do. Idealists contend that truth, goodness, and beauty transcend and connect all other ideas. So all the ideas are centered around truth, goodness, and beauty transcend. Truth, goodness, and beauty, all of it. So anything we're talking about, you can find truth, goodness, and beauty in. They contend that values are unchanging because they underlie all aspects of existence and are perfect. A curriculum based on idealism is also idea-centered. Go figure that. Idealism, idea-centered, of course. Knowledge is directed towards self-consciousness and self-direction, and is centered in the growth of national processes among big ideas. Once again, that same word continues on. Sorry, that was Daniel. He came in, so I was trying to shush him. Some idealists note that the individual who is created in God's image has free will, and that is this free will that makes learning possible. Because I want to learn, I can be exposed to many things. The idealists believe that learning comes from within the individual rather from without. It's in here. It just has to be cultivated, watered, and then the fulfillment comes, and it comes outside. It is the way idealists feel. Idealist educational beliefs include an emphasis on the study of ideas or great works that persist throughout the ages. So that you would be looking at concepts, big concepts that have been constant through all the years. They also emphasize the importance of great leaders as examples of us to imitate. So the idealist teacher might bring in lots of role models or put pictures up of role models that have been successful. Walt Disney might be one, for instance, that an idealist teacher would bring in to show how he has made a difference in the world. For idealists, the teacher is the ideal model or example for the student. So once again, when I've told you all that your life is no longer yours, this is the way certain people feel. You are the role model. You are the example. And it's amazing because parents sometimes will expect you to do more and be a better role model than they themselves are. That's interesting but true. Idealists emphasize the methods of lecture, discussion, and imitation. So lots of lecturing, some discussion, and then from there, students would actually model what the teacher has done, imitation. They believe that thinking clearly and accurately is critical to uncovering the big ideas that account for the universe. There's an emphasis on asking questions that spark thought. Probably the Socratic method, they would really like that. According to Plato, truth is the central reality. Truth is perfect. It cannot therefore be found in the world of matter because the material world is both imperfect and constantly changing. The roots of the Socratic method come from Socrates' emphasis on bringing forth knowledge that students already possess through skillful questioning. So we've already talked about that in the previous chapters, where you ask a question, the students respond, then you ask another one, and that continues the discussion. That's the Socratic method. All right, that is idealism. I want you to stop the video and text me. Let's say you pick out the parts of idealists that you think that you would agree with. The parts of idealism. And if you agree with all of it, say, I agree with all of it. But what in here can you see you doing? What of this do you believe in? Okay, I'll be waiting.